Adaze falls violently ill weeks later. Her skin breaks into boils, her eyes bleed in her sleep. The local healer refuses to enter Chuka's compound for fear of what might happen. One day she sneaked into the shrine room at night. What she finds is a horror altar, 4 wedding wrappers nailed to the ceiling, 4 bowls, hair, fingernails, blood, a giant wooden mask carved like a woman screaming, covered in soot. She reads old letters and a torn diary written by Chuka's mother, Madame Nwakigo, a fiat dibia betrayed in her marriage. My son must never love again. If they take what I lost, let them pay in blood. Let the shrine take the essence, or take his asterisk. They say the land remembers, and so do the dead. In Ogbunike, we do not speak his name, not at night, because some stories, like bones, are better left buried. Chuka Anozie, tall, lean, late 30s, his face gaunt, eyes hollow, he carried a shovel. Rain splashes on the freshly dug grave, and a coffin lies beside it. There was no one else there as he buried his 4th wife, Amaka. No priest, no chants. Only the silent judgment of the earth. Chuka became an avoided plague in the village. Children run from him, peeking behind trees. Women whisper behind baskets at the market. He buries them too quickly. They die just like that, like candles blown by a jealous spirit. But Chuka never responds. He never raises his voice. He lives alone in his late parents' house at the edge of the sacred grove, a house with old carvings and an overgrown compound. His only companion is silence, and a locked room in the center of his house, sealed with red thread and ashes. The village calls him Okorobia Nwunye Ozuru, the man whose wives all die. But no one knows why. A dusty cab arrived in the village and everyone around just stood staring. Some of the young maidens in their hearts even wished for it to be a handsome city man who would take them out of the village. But out of the was Adaeze Obinna, confident, bold, educated, Lagos bred. She wears sunglasses and carries a big bag of noise. She returns to care for her sick father, a retired school teacher. The villagers gossip, she will not last. This one is too stubborn for village life. But Adaeze majestically walked past them, pretending not to be listening. Years ago, Chuka was the most eligible bachelor. Handsome, humble, and hardworking. He married Obiageli, his childhood sweetheart. She died 18 days after their wedding, foaming at the mouth. They said it was food poisoning. The second, Chinwe, was chosen by his mother from the next village. She died in her sleep, her eyes wide open. The third, Ngozi, eloped with him, ran from an arranged marriage. She was found hanging from a tree, no note, no signs of struggle. And the fourth, Amaka, the only daughter of a local chief, simply collapsed during breakfast. Each death was ruled natural or unknown. The police investigated once. Nothing. The shrine was consulted. Nothing. Still, they whispered. Adaeze, a bold, educated woman from Lagos, returns to Ogbunike to care for her ailing father. She meets a man at the stream. "He's quiet," she said, staring at him. When a friend noticed it was Chuka, she warned her about him telling her the tales of his dead wives. But she's drawn to his mystery. "I don't fear ghosts, curses, or gossip," she tells the village friend. "I fear wasted time." Eddie meets Chuka at the stream again. Accidentally, she splashed him while washing. He didn't scold her. He simply stares. There was something gentle in his silence, and something haunted too. Despite warnings from her father and her friend, Adaeze is drawn to Chuka. She silently said in her heart, Maybe it's not the man that's cursed. Maybe it's the village. Chuka marries Adaize in a quiet, modest ceremony. Only a few attend. Even the priest hesitates when blessing the union. Adaize moves into Chuka's large compound. Everything seems peaceful. He's kind but distant. In the lonely compound, air is always cold, even in the dry season. That night, the wind howls louder than ever. At night, she hears creaks and whispers, and sometimes footsteps that don't belong to either of them. But Chuka is always fast asleep. She laughs it off until the dreams begin. Adaize dreams of women in wrappers, wet with blood, floating above her bed, their mouths moving, but no sound. One night, she wakes to find long hair coiled around her wrist like a snake. Another night, she opens her eyes and sees a face, not Chuka's, watching her from the ceiling. She begins to notice the locked room at the center of the house. Every morning, there's a faint scent of perfume and chalk, and red palm oil seeps from under the door like blood. She confronted Chuka. "What's in there, Chuka?" "Memories." Adaize. "Whose?" Chuka. "You're not yours to carry." Adaize falls violently ill weeks later. Her skin breaks into boils. Her eyes bleed in her sleep. The local healer refuses to enter Chuka's compound for fear of what might happen. One day, she sneaked into the shrine room at night. What she finds is a horror altar. 4 wedding wrappers nailed to the ceiling. 4 bowls, hair, fingernails, blood. A giant wooden mask, carved like a woman screaming, covered in soot. She reads old letters and a torn diary, written by Chuka's mother, Madame Nwakigo, a fiat dibia betrayed in her marriage. "My son must never love again. If they take what I lost, let them pay in blood. Let the shrine take their essence, or take his asterisk." Adaize learns that each wife's spirit was trapped in the house, feeding a cursed shrine. If the shrine is not fed, Chuka dies. But the curse has grown roots. Now the spirits whisper, not to Chuka, but to Adaize, "Break the circle or join us." Adaize plans her escape, but the house won't let her leave. Every exit leads back to the same hallway. The mirrors show different realities, and at night, Chuka begins to change. His eyes glow in the dark. His voice echoes. He begs her not to run. "I never wanted this life. My mother chained me to it. I tried to love them, but the shrine demands loyalty." Adaize was told by the other dead wives to perform a dangerous ritual that was her only chance to destroy the shrine. With much thought and fear, she decided to carry out the ritual. The spirits appear in full form. Amaka, Ngozi, Chinwe, Obiageli. They circle her, wailing, floating. Chuka, who was away, suddenly appears, weeping. "If you end it, I die. If you stay, they die." Adaize, not wanting Chuka to die, tried to offer herself, sacrificing her soul to break the curse. But the spirits refused. They wanted him, not her. "We were never meant to die for love we never received," the spirit of the dead wife said. Adaize, screaming with tears, said the final chant, and the shrine ignites. Suddenly, Chuka screams as the spirits drag him into the flames. Adaize was one to run and not look back, as to not join them. Adaize was back in Lagos. She's changed, colder, quieter. Every mirror reflects someone behind her. She doesn't sleep much. In her new apartment, there's a small locked room. A floral scent lingers near the door. They say curses end with fire, but some flames only pass to the next week.